All right, all right, all right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Monday. Who's got a case of the Mondays? I know I do, but at least it's short this week with Thanksgiving. What are we talking about today? We are going back to this date in 1968, November 22nd, 1968. I am 4 years old, and the Beatles dropped the White Album. It's not really called the White Album, it was just called the Beatles, but it is now known as the White Album. Double album with just that white cover that said the Beatles on it. Their 9th studio record and their only double album that wasn't a greatest hits. Obviously the red and green album, the red and blue albums were double albums. But this record, you could do like, a half-hour show on this record. People have probably written dissertations about it. Obviously it's gotten a lot of press. And I have said it before, I'm a casual Beatles fan. I don't seek the Beatles to listen to them. I might listen to them when I hear them on the radio, or I might change the station. I have very specific songs I like by them, but again, I do not seek to listen to them. But this album is one album that I liked. The two that I liked the most would have been Peppers and this one. This one's just weird though, right? It's not just their usual mix of music. This has got blues and folk and just weird stuff in there, and they didn't switch things up in the middle of songs. They kept to a theme. This was recorded 30 songs, by the way. 19 of them recorded while they were meditating in India, where the only instrument available to them was an acoustic guitar. So that's where this all started. They get back, they're starting to put it all together, and there's fighting, and the manager leaves for a bit, and George Harrison leaves for a bit. Yoko Ono is on the scene for the first time as a new girlfriend, and she's around giving her input, and the band's getting mad about that because they had rules. No girlfriends or wives in the recording space, but she was there all the time. So there was a lot going on. And how do you even pick out songs to talk about on this record, right? There's just so many. I mean, again, 30 songs. But this is interesting. No singles off this record were released. 0 singles. 2 songs were recorded during this session. Hey Jude and Revolution. That was released as a single with both those songs on it before this album came out in the summer of 1968. But these are not on that record. And that song Revolution is not Revolution 1 on the album. They thought about that as well. The songs on here, we'll just run through some of them. Blackbird, Birthday, Sexy Sadie, Helter Skelter, of course. Everyone knows the story about that. Charles Manson. Revolution 1, like we talk about it. One of my favorites, Why Don't We Do It in the Road? Awesome song. I Will, Julia, Back in the U.S.S.R. That's fueled the conspiracy theories about them trying to convert our children into communists. Happiness is a Warm Gun. That one got some flack too, but that's a good song. Obla Di Obla Da, this nonsensical song. They couldn't believe that people played it on the radio, but they did, and that's catchy. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, of course, unbelievable, right? Dear Prudence, You're a Blues. Do we say all these? Oh, Rocky Raccoon. Rocky Raccoon, one of my wife's songs that she remembers as a kid. I did not remember that as much, and she knows the words to that. So that was funny when she starts talking about that, but she has a good memory there. And Birthday. That could have been my song of the day last week or this week. That one's always good. I mean, that's just a great song to cue up. If we had to pick a song of the day, I don't know. I mean, how do you pick out all these songs? I think my song of the day will probably be Back in the U.S.S.R. because that's the one that, it's the lead track, and it's just kind of sets things. But it could have been Helter Skelter. It could have been Birthday. Could have been Why Don't We Do It in the Road. Could have been so many of them. So let's hear your stories about the White Album. Fans of the Beatles out there, what do you got to say about the White Album? I mean, again, you could do a half-hour show on all these songs and all this stuff. I'm sure they've written books about it, but that's your topic today. Throwing some Beatles your way. Not very often in the cave. Enjoy it, and as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.